because it wasn't that long ago, with that, once upon a time, not that long ago, he went in and decided to sink his teeth into the Colbert Show, which we just heard a couple of days ago that was canceled. And it's funny how some people say, "Oh, we can't prove it." I'm like, child, first of all, this is where the gloves come on. I'm not sitting there biting my tongue and all other stuff. Maybe because you people in legacy media are scared to say the quiet part out loud, but we know this has something to do with the fact that there was some type of bribery going on. Paramount is trying to get this merger going with, and I'm about this close of canceling Paramount Plus. The only reason why I'm keeping it is because of Drag Race. But other than that, it's just like I am this close of getting rid of it because now they removing DEI initiatives. So y'all doing all this stuff to appease this moron in the White House. So at first, what it was that they're trying to get this merger approved with Skydance because apparently what the thing is that I didn't know that companies like studios and things of that nature need the federal approval from the government in order to get a merger. So they're trying to get this merger going. Skydance is interested in merging with Paramount. They're talking about they removing DI initiatives. So what, y'all don't want diversity over there? Like nobody's saying that and we already know who really benefits from DI initiatives. And, you know, any kind of inclusion of the other. It ain't 9 times out of 10 people of color. It's mostly white folks. Y'all be the ones that benefit from it, but then y'all be the main ones bitching and moaning because y'all, whatever. I'm not even getting into that part. But it isn't, we can't just say it's a coincidence that part of that deal was, because Stephen Colbert's been going in on him the hardest, that it's like, you have to cancel that show. And I'm so glad that so many of the other late night people stood in solidarity with Stephen Colbert, everyone from Anderson Cooper to Andy Cohen to Jimmy Fallon and all of them. They all came on the show and they showed their support for him. So I love the fact that they all band together to show their support. It's like, well, you come for me, you come for all of us. And now it's like when everybody stopped talking about Trump, then what? He gonna lose his shit because he can't go 5 minutes without his name being in the people's mouth. Nobody, no president, no shade, but no president should be talked about this damn much. They shouldn't. But he likes it, but then tries to act like he doesn't. But if you say anything negative, then he wants to talk about, I'm going to revoke your citizenship, which they cannot do, by the way. And now you're trying to get him fired. So now it seems like it's not just going to end at CBS. Now he's going after the women of The View because Joy Behar says something that hurt widow feelings. So let's get into the story. So apparently earlier today on The View, I didn't see the episode. I was doing a little catching up on it earlier. So apparently the White House, all the morons that's running around and they're funking it up, lashed out at Joy Behar that she said on ABC's The View that Donald Trump's attacks on his predecessor, Barack Obama, were motivated by jealousy while noting the current president's role in the attack on the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021. So yeah, the same one that was sitting there kikiing like he wanted to eat Obama ass, literally, at the funeral of Jimmy Carter. Now all of a sudden, you want to try to get Obama arrested and saying that he has something to do with the Epstein files, which we all know, sir, you were in the Epstein files. From what I had heard, he's known since May. We're in July. 2 months, he's known that he's in the Epstein files. He knows he's in the Epstein files. He's known for years he's been in the Epstein files. He's been on that Epstein plane. Him and Melania, they fucked on it. When they first met, he clapped them old flabby ass cheeks of hers on that damn plane. So he knows Epstein intimately. I'm not saying they fucked, but he knows him intimately, meaning that they're really close. Epstein knows where all them bodies is buried. Hence why he's been buried. And you can't tell me that man unalived himself because he didn't. Even Jeffrey Epstein's brother has come out and said he was murdered. And we know he has been. Because when Epstein was murdered, when Epstein ended up dead, who was the president? It wasn't Biden. It wasn't Obama. It's this idiot on the left. So, with all this other stuff he's saying, and look, and y'all looking at both sides of his ear right now, if he got shot in the ear, where that piece that's supposed to be off. Hence why he wasn't shot. And I find it funny that of all the stunts and shows this man has been putting before us for the past 6 months, the Epstein files is the Achilles heel for the MAGA movement. That's what that really boggles my mind. Oh, now that's the thing that y'all thought we were lied to because we really trusted y'all. No, y'all were so deep in the cult. You knew that y'all screwed up, but to admit defeat, to admit that you were wrong, that's just something that y'all can't live with. But no, you're gonna have to live with this foolishness like we're gonna have to live with this foolishness for the next 3.5 years. So it all started the day prior when Trump alleged that Obama was trying to lead a coup in the past and accused Obama of treason. So now you're just pulling things out of your little funky behind because you know that man don't white correctly. Word on the curb is he wear pamper. But they said, first of all, who tried to overthrow the government on January 6th? Who was that again? That was not Obama. That's what Behar said at Trump in response via Entertainment Weekly. The thing about him is he's so jealous of Obama because Obama is everything that he is not. Trim, smart, handsome, happily married, and can sing Al Green's song, Let's Stay Together Better Than Al Green. And Trump cannot stand it. It's driving him crazy. I also think you need to add to the fact that if we're going to talk about deportations, Obama is still known as a deporter in chief. No other president has deported more immigrants than Obama. And let's also put that in there. So Obama's not perfect. Y'all trying to make it seem like, because that's the one thing that irritates me about The View. Y'all act like Obama walks on water. He doesn't. I don't want to sit here and get all into his politics and things because that's not what we're here for. But what we can say is that yeah, so now what I feel like with the alligator Auschwitz and all this other mess, which they're talking about they're going to be building more in other states, so it's not just going to be in Florida, or is it Texas? I think it's Texas. But then again, I also heard that they were building, that there were people that were standing outside of alligator, I'm calling it alligator Auschwitz because it's literally a damn concentration camp. Not a damn Alcatraz. It's Auschwitz. You literally have built a concentration camp to put immigrants in, and they're not all criminals. You just rounding people up without due process. You got ICE out here with masks and stuff on their face, not showing who they are, not showing credentials, just grabbing people, no paperwork. You're sending them up to this, place. Nobody knows who they are, what's going on. Feces everywhere. There's bugs and things in the food. Yeah, I'm hearing all of these stories that's coming out. And you built this in a couple of days. They say Rome wasn't built in a day, but Alligator Auschwitz was apparently. And then we already saw like with the rain and everything. So I think it is Florida. With all the rain and everything, it's been flooding. So this is unconstitutional. I cannot wait till all of these people in this administration, him, Pete Hegseth, Pam Bondi, um, who else? Don't Mike Johnson ass up in there. Their little four-eyed ass. Throw him. They all need to be thrown under the jail. And the next president that comes in and just like, well, we don't look backwards, we look forwards. Then you know what? You need to go to jail too, because for you to sit and just allow this to happen, and you and a new person in power and don't do anything about this or have them be held accountable for the vitriol and the torture that they did to the American people and immigrants who aren't even criminals for 4 years. And we fast forward in 2028 or 2029 when we get the next president. If y'all don't do something about all this other stuff this man is doing and undo all of that, then it's going to be hell to pay. And I really hope the American people hold the next president accountable for not letting them pay for the shit that they're doing to people now. Because that would anger me. That all the trauma and all the dirt and the dust that they're going to leave behind, the stench of burning flesh that they're going to leave behind with the next administration to clean up, because this is going to be years of cleanup that they're going to have to do with this mess, this disaster. His favorite word, because that's what he is. He's a disaster. And now you're going up there because you don't like anybody saying anything about you negative. But if you wasn't out here being a chaos demon, if you wasn't out here causing so much chaos and negativity and leaving it all in your wake, then they wouldn't be saying all this stuff. You had an opportunity in your second term to do good. He even said it in an interview with Fox News, and I can't believe he said that shit with a straight face. I want to be seen as a good person. Well, when are you going to actually wake up and be that person that you think in your mind you want to be? Or are you just not capable of being a good person, of showing that you have something called compassion, but you don't because you're a sociopath, you're egomaniacal, and you're on that Epstein's list. There was even something that I posted on my social media. Hold on, because I remember, who was it? It's funny how the minute I talked about Paramount Plus rolling back that DEI initiative, that damn thing popped right up in my feed. Oh yeah, so according to World Star Hip Hop, they said Uncle Luke said Trump party had girls that looked not of age and too much freaky behavior. Even he walked out early. So the article said, in a resurfaced interview from 8 years ago, Uncle Luke said he attended a Trump party back in the day and with Eddie Murphy and Mike Tyson, but left after only 45 minutes. He described the scene as filled with naked women in different rooms, wild sexual activity, and vibes he didn't feel comfortable with. Luke said the women looked too young and there was a lot of things going on, and he didn't want to be caught in the middle of anything illegal or extortion worthy. I ain't going to jail behind nobody, he said. So with that coming out, Trump and Epstein was out here with their little white collar equivalent of a freak off. That's literally what was going on, according to Uncle Luke. So let's get to the rest of the story, because you already know when it comes to Trump, I'm be having so much stuff to say about all this foolishness. So now, after what Joy said, White House spokesperson Taylor Rogers, how am I just not hearing about this person? Because they be having so many damn people running off with their damn mouth in that White House. I didn't even know Taylor Rogers was the damn spokesperson. I thought it was that Caroline Levitt broad who looked like she done ate half the damn White House. Do you notice, like, in the last 6 months, it looked like she been stress eating? Unless she's pregnant, but she been looking bigger than usual, because I don't recall her being as big as she is. Like, I'm noticing her cheeks is looking a little full. But anyway, so it said, here's what he said in a statement to Variety. Joy Behar is an irrelevant loser suffering from a severe case of Trump derangement syndrome. It's no surprise that the View's ratings hit an all-time low last year. She should self-reflect on her own jealousy of President Trump's historic popularity before his show is the next to be pulled off air. Now, that is laughable because, number one, Joy Behar is not jealous. Who would in their right mind, right logical mind, or sane mind, would be jealous of him? In the words of Coco Montrese, look how orange you fucking look. That skin looks like leather. Literally. Like, he looks like he needs about a facelift. So if you're going to sit up here and try to talk about somebody jealous, sir, nobody is jealous of this man. Not with that little bird's nest he got on the top of his head, the tie longer than any other tie that I've seen. The man allegedly walks around wearing Depends because he can't go to the bathroom correctly, got swollen ass ankles, probably got gout, and then trying to use whatever that little ailment that they were trying to throw in our face as a distraction from the Epstein files. But the good thing I will say about the maggots, as we like to call them, is that y'all are not letting y'all foot off that man's neck in regards to this whole Epstein file. And it's frustrating him to the point where he's cussing out his own base. And is this the thing that's actually going to wake y'all up and realize that this man don't give a good goddamn about y'all? He don't. He don't care about nobody but himself and how much money he can grift off of not only his supporters, but the entire government. This man has put this country up for sale. Like the good old whore that he is, and married too. Because then they said they want to name the Kennedy honors after Melania. What the hell has that bitch done? Except slobbing a little shrivelly knob just so that her and her family can get a goddamn green card. So if you ain't really contributed nothing besides making sure that your jaw don't get locked from all that damn baloney washing that you doing. Y'all know what a baloney wash is. For $5, okay. So when you sit up there and talk about historic popularity, I've seen the polls lately. Where is he popular? He might be still popular amongst the MAGA movement, but outside of that, no. Independents are pissed off at him right now. Democrats, you already know how they feel. And even his own base is pissed. But there's been people, Charlie Kirk, a bunch of people been going around speaking to the constituents about how they're mad right now. So y'all, Trump derangement syndrome, it seems like y'all got derangement and delusion syndrome over there in that White House. Y'all so deep in that damn cult and in the bubble that y'all don't even know how the American people are feeling right now. And they not feeling Trump. So And that's what the tea leaves said. Like, get outside and touch grass. Maybe you'll be, you can get out of that little stupor of delusion that you're in right now. And it's funny how they call him the relevant loser and somehow that the ratings was at an all-time low. Now, y'all know that's a good goddamn lie, because when we talked about The View a couple of months ago, the ratings were through the roof. They're the number one daytime talk show out right now. No other show is beating The View. So how are their ratings tanking? And it's just like Stephen Colbert's ratings were pretty good, but they pulled it off the air. But that's because Paramount is doing a little quid pro quo. You scratch our back, we'll scratch yours. Oh, you give us this merger goes through, we'll do what you want us to do. We'll cancel this show, we'll cancel that show. And now even Jon Stewart's afraid that the Daily Show might go up there. But if it does, they'll find other ways to get their voices heard. Like a lot of people, when they get fired, they start becoming podcasters. So maybe we'll see him do that. So yeah. So now they were saying that Variety reached out to the View's spokesperson for comment. The show's representative refuted Trump's claims about its ratings by telling EW that The View is up in total viewers and women 18 to 49 versus the comparable weeks last season to its most watched in 4 years in season to date. The View is ranking number 1 in households and total viewers among all network daytime shows and news programs for the 5th straight season. Now, Behar and her fellow hosts on The View, such as Whoopi Goldberg, have long been critical of Trump to the point where Whoopi can refer to him as who you know who. She don't even say his name. Or as I like the women over there on the I've Had It podcast, they call him Taco Tits. And they said, so yeah, they regularly speak out against him during the show. Trump has been on a tear lately against talk show hosts in the wake of CBS canceling Stephen Colbert's The Late Show before he said The View would get pulled next. So Trump boasted that Jimmy Kimmel's ABC late night show will be next to go in the untalented late night sweepstakes. It's funny how somebody who has absolutely no talent to speak of is always talking about somebody doesn't have talent. He's so thin-skinned. Like, his skin is about as thin as that bird's nest on his head. It's like, you really cannot take any kind of constructive criticism. I just don't understand, like, how people can walk around, well, no, nobody can say nothing about me. So if he acts like this around normal, regular people that he don't know, can you imagine, like, how his family really feels about him? Has anybody ever thought about that? Like, how does his sons and his daughter and we already know how Melania feels. We see it on her face every time she in close proximity of that monster. And when she ever in 6 feet within that man, like a grinder, like your grinder going off, you already know how we see her face, utter disgust. But girl, you made your bed, you got to lie in it. Because that's who you decide to spread your legs for out of all the rich men in the world. That's the one you decide to settle with so you get your goddamn 3 hots of cotton and a damn green card. So deal with it. Now, in regards to this, I really hope that a lot of the media don't push back. ABC execs, you need to have the back of the women at The View. Do not get into this man's foolishness, because I don't think there needs to be any kind of merged permission, federal, whatever that they need. So whoever, Bob Iger and all y'all over there at Disney, I hope y'all are protecting your talent and making sure that you're not going to let this man intimidate y'all, because you have a job. Even if you don't have a journalism degree, if you're going to be doing pundit talk, you're on a network, y'all need to be protecting your talent and allowing them to speak freely, because our free speech cannot be up for ransom because some sensitive ass, man with swollen ankles can't take constructive criticism. If you can't take criticism, then you're in the wrong damn business. You don't need to be the president. But quiet as it's kept, he didn't want to be president anyway. This is all the rules because his ass knew he was going to federal prison, and he did what he had to do to make sure he would not sit up there rotting under the damn jail where he needs to be, if not worse. They ended up sending his ass to Alligator Auschwitz. That'd be a good damn sentence. When you leave office, if you make it through these 4 years, based off of your health or whatever, allegedly. But if you can't once you get out in these 4 years, that's where they need to send you, the very prison you built for them other people, so you get a taste of your own damn medicine. So I say all this to say, without with all of that being said, what do you guys think of this story regarding you know, Donald Trump? And they had this whole situation where a Wall Street Journal published a story a couple of days ago that claimed that Trump sent a letter to Jeffrey Epstein in 2003 that was included in a birthday album of well wishes, and they were exposing him in a lot of ways. And now he's suing Rupert Murdoch. So anybody who's saying anything about him, he want to sue him, or there's always some stupidness. But that, look, this is all because he wants to keep people distracted from these Epstein files. It's not working. You've pretty much, y'all run out of options. I don't know how y'all keep all this ruse going. Like, y'all gonna run out of stuff eventually. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.